Hey, I'm SETX Tyler Yo. I play Melee and Project M around here. Play Toon Link and PM and Young Link in Melee, because that works out. I'm also the TO here, and I run all the tournaments. So around here we started with Street Fighter, and that's my main game. But people started showing up and literally just playing Smash every single week. You know, we always let them have a station, and then more people and more people and more people and more people showed up. And so we started officially adopting it and running it. And I like to play everything that we have. So it's, no matter what game we're playing, I'm going to have my hands on it and be a part of that community here. And so that's really what got me into it, is the fact that other people were getting into it and I wanted to play with them. Having people to man the brackets is real hard. Especially, it's that and the fact that everybody expects something and you can't make everybody happy. So you're always making conceits like, no, I can't run top, 3 out of 5 for the whole tournament. I don't have time, and you have to make people understand that. And then when it's really just me and one other guy who run the brackets most of the time, so like we have to hold up the brackets so one person can play and then switch them off. And it's really just a matter of time because we got to get out of here by a certain time. It's a school. Yes. Yes, absolutely, for sure. There's only so many hours in a day, and what happens is I spend a good majority of my week doing things other than playing. Like, I run statistics here so that players can see how they're progressing over time. I have to make sure that, if we're working towards a stream, that's happening. I'm making contacts with all the big tournaments that are going on. I have to run the schedule. I have to keep everybody updated on the page. And all of that is just time. It's just a valuable resource that I can't spend playing the game. And so I like to keep myself updated, and I want to be relevant, and I want to play, and I want to be a name here, but I don't necessarily strive to be the best. I want to make sure that the tournaments themselves are the best, and that I can get those going. Well, that part's, I would argue, is the easiest. It comes the most naturally to me, because, like I said, I have a whole group of nerds here who almost blindly follow me, and that's just because not that I do everything that they want, or the fact that I do the best, or that we're doing great things, but the fact that I can talk to them on a personal level and have a conversation very openly communicative, like, this is what we're doing, but more importantly, this is why we're doing it. Whenever there's a rotation of the schedule I have to change, I have to go, look, I have to change this, and I know most people don't want this, but this is the logistical reasons why that has to happen. And I think it's funny that most of my friends outside of FGC think I'm the nerdiest person that they've ever met, and I think that's hilarious because it's obviously not the case. Like, I have to be the TO here, and I'm the leader of the nerds because I'm one of the few people here that have communication skills, that I can go out and talk to people, make contacts, and get things going, and that's not obviously the nerdiest person here, and I just think it's funny. So, Street Fighter and Smash are on two different levels of the same playing field. Street Fighter is very, very focused to a T. Your options are very limited, and therefore it's a mind game of, I have the same options that you have for the most part. How do we outthink the other people? And that's why people say chess is a really good analogy, because you have to focus within that. And in Smash, everything's a lot more freeform. And so going from Street Fighter to Smash, I feel like I have the focus tools on things like spacing, footsies, hitbox, hurtbox, plus and minus on block, because I had trained myself so to a point on these things in another game that I was able to focus on some of those fundamental things instead of just running around in movement options, which are very important, but I was able to focus on some of the other things as I transitioned. Movement. It made me think about movement in a whole nother level, because in Street Fighter, like I said, everything's to a T, and while footsies are a thing, your movement options are something else. And like being able to throw in like aerials and making those safe on approach and stuff like that. Just small little things like that can bring it over. How projectiles, especially playing Toon Link, like how I can utilize projectiles in a different way to really just take up screen space is important. And I was able to bring that over. I also play Sonic. I like him a lot because he's fast, and Sonic Adventure 2 is a great game. I also played him in Brawl, but I was having a lot of troubles with spacies for a while, and so I found that Sonic just typically worked pretty well. He also did a lot to help other matchups I had, like against Ness, but he's just so much fun. When you can just grab someone, get the down roll, you side B him, and you just go whack! And then it's great. It's just like endorphins. You feel so good. But you can also lame people out, which is what I especially like to do. Whenever I have someone that I'm just super frustrated, feel like I can't beat, I'm just going to do figure eights on here until he messes up. Because eventually they get frustrated and they stop. But I can just do this over and over and over and over. And like 8 minutes in, and I'm going to time out and we'll win. It's great. Right now, it's kind of Roberto, of all people, because I've always been better than him. And he keeps leveling up. And I go, man, I can't lose to Roberto. I cannot do it. And I level up and get better and do that. Other than him, the only person I can't stand losing to is Kevin. All the time I lose to Kevin, and I cannot stand it because he picks Marth, and his sword just reaches so much longer than mine. Eventually, I can win some games, but man, it's important. I hate that character. I hate Marth. I really like Lunchbox because he has a super sick toon that just wrecks everybody else. But I also like him because he's really good at thinking about the game, right? Like, I know he's done some stuff developer side, and when he talks about the game, he'll say what he's doing and exactly why he's doing. And if you watch his streams, he'll actually take just videos you submit and go, this is where you messed up, this is why, and this is how you should be playing instead. And like that kind of analytical thing is really good, and that's why I like him, especially for PM. Like, Lunchables is my favorite. He's my waifu. So Road to the Best is the championship series here. Before, we just ran tournament after tournament after tournament, and people tried real hard to win those, but it didn't mean anything in the greater sense. What Road to the Best does is you assign points to every tournament based on how you place. We have 3 seasons a year. At the end of the season, you get the top 8 people who have progressed the furthest that season, and you put them in a single elimination bracket, 3 out of 5, and you make them duke it out. You know, if you don't like who you matched up, you should have got more points. It's completely seeded, and it's to see what one person is the best. It's not about getting second place. It's not seeing how high you can get on that bracket. One person is the best, hence the whole name. Oh, definitely making top 8. Road to the Best. First, my whole goal that year was to make Road to the Best in both Street Fighter and Smash, and like I made it by the hair of my teeth. I struggled real hard, but I got it almost because other people messed up, and they're all martyrs because I did great. It was a good year. Time is a very proud. I mean, I go to school full time, and I have a job full time, and I run FGC full time. Time is something I just don't have a lot of. And so I have to make conceits, like I have to go to my job, I have to go to school, but outside of that I have to allocate, like, okay, I'm not going to play Street Fighter today because I need to do statistics. I can't play Smash today because I have to go talk to the Cyphacon guys that we're having the tournament for this. You know, I have to have communication with them. I have to see where the money's flowing. I have to see who's going to be on commentary. And so if I had more time, you know, that's everybody's excuse. I could go because there's always events going on here. Everybody's always hosting, and I am always like, guys, I really would love to, but I don't have fun anymore. No, I'm super happy about how we've grown. Whenever we started, we were literally 8 people, and like up here, we'll get up to 50 people a week, and that's crazy. We have 250 people on the page now. Like, I could have never seen that coming, and more and more people are coming in, especially, you know, with Smash 4 here. It's bringing a lot of new people who are also then transitioning into the other games. And what I really like about our crew specifically is that we're good about teaching people. People to come in and we don't just straight shit on them. It doesn't happen. We take the time to go, oh, I see you're bad. Let me learn you real quick. You know, like, we'll take that time and do that. And everybody here is the best friend. That's all it is. Like, I can go to anybody's house at any single time of the day, like, hey, we'll play? Alright, you can come on over. And that's the atmosphere we have here. That's the best part about our crew.
Wait, hold on, wait.
No!
No, shut up.
No, my battery just died. God damn it.